Okay. I'm gonna wait for this to come up. This is her story. More of her story.
Yes.
Her.
Her.
Their.
Whoever's. Somebody's story.
Yeah, I'm not really sure whose story.
Yeah. No idea.
Really more like her story. Well, their story.
Yeah.
We spend about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Wrangling with
the first part.
Whatever the hell is going on in this game.
Yeah.
It's kind of loud.
Yeah.
Loud in here. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. That's nicer. Okay. We have Simon, the unfortunate victim.
Yes.
Apparently, of a fairly grisly murder. I remember, how did they kill him?
They don't. They haven't said how. They just what they did with him.
And the they is Hannah.
And
not
question
Hannah.
Mark.
Identical twin sisters, apparently. All right, we get this. Okay. Not Hannah lived in the attic.
Yes.
Hannah was married to Simon.
Hannah,
was pregnant by Simon.
They were both with him before she got pregnant. Then after Hannah got pregnant, then it was just Hannah.
Was it clear to us that Simon knew there were two of them?
No, and that's what we remember. We were discussing that maybe the reason they got rid of Simon was that he figured it out. Because not Hannah had to hide in the attic after Hannah got pregnant because she had to get pregnant too first, and she couldn't.
Okay. I can't hear anything. What's going on? There we go. Why can't I hear it through these headphones? That's really odd. I can't hear anything through these earphones on this phone. Maybe the phone can't drive them? Hang on. There's a pair of those earbuds back there. Hand those to me. Oh, you know what? It might help if I had the right pair of headphones.
That's why I was really confused. I'm like, you have these plugged in.
Well, you need to tell me these things.
Well, because I thought you knew, and you still couldn't
hear.
No,
clearly I don't know. That much is obvious. That's plainly obvious.
I was like, don't you have the smaller ones?
Heck no.
I thought you'd still be able to hear that there was noise. It's just quiet.
Okay.
Are we good?
It's chords. Really? This makes for great internet television. An idiot wrangle with chords. Hi, hello, we're back. Do I get my badge now?
Yes.
Okay. Hannah. Not Hannah. Simon.
Eric the boss.
Theodore.
No. Alvin!
Alvin!
Wow, okay.
Did you see that there's a new Alvin and the Chipmunk show? And it's coming. Like, started yesterday or something. And it's Alvin with, like, 4 N's.
Why?
It's Alvin!
Oh, it's like him
and
yelling.
The Chipmunks. Like, that's what it's called.
They're like, it's different.
It's awful.
We put
Hannah, not Hannah. Simon.
Eric the boss.
Eric the boss.
Helen the barmaid.
Helen the barmaid. Diane?
Who was Diane?
Eric's wife?
No, it was like Steve and Diane
the
ran...
Rock something Arms.
Yeah.
Rockington Arms.
Rockington
was
Arms,
the pub.
Yes.
Okay. Simon disappeared on a Friday. They being Simon and not Hannah.
I don't know if we even know. I think that
I kind of want to go back and see if when she's like, we had an argument and he left. I don't know which one that is.
It doesn't. She's lying.
It kind of.
Yeah, because they killed him. The whole story's a lie.
Well, where does the lie start?
I guess that's true because the people did say they saw him at the bar, but that's according to her.
But where does their lie start? Like, where does the truth of what happened to Simon end and their lies start? We don't know. Okay, so according to what we've heard, they got an argument about marriage stuff. Simon left to go drink at the pub. He never came home.
No.
He didn't come home Saturday. She got freaked out Sunday, called the police.
Yeah.
He had spoke to Helen, if there is a Helen.
Yeah, at the bar.
One of the two sisters sings, or they both sing. I think one of them sings.
Not Helen.
Not Hannah.
Not Hannah sings, and that's what she was doing.
That's what she was doing when he talked to her. She was wearing a blonde wig. He likes blondes. There's a thing with a blonde wig. Somebody had a blonde wig on at some point. There was a blonde wig found somewhere.
She said she wore the blonde wig when she went out in town, so he wouldn't recognize her.
Right, but I'm saying he likes blondes. Helen is blonde. Mm-hmm. I still think that's important to note.
I think so too. Maybe she's Helen.
Not Hannah was living in. Not Hannah was living in the attic for a time.
Yes.
At Simon's parents' house
that they moved into after they got married because she got pregnant.
Then Hannah and Simon were going to move out, and not Hannah was going to move in with the parents.
No, with them.
No, with the parents, because they were talking about getting their own place. Remember, she was talking about they were having a discussion. I understood that to be their own place apart from this. No, because she's like, we're going to be our own people. She was talking about separating from her sister, and like dropping this like, let's be each other charade. They were like playing on all these boys.
Well, no, she said that they wanted that, but she also said that the plan was that they were going to get their own place, and she was going to move in with them. They being
Hannah and Simon, and she, not Hannah, was going to move in with his parents. That's how I understood it. Because it literally followed the conversation where she was like, we talked about being our own people. Maybe we don't have to do the same thing all the time. Maybe we can have our own identities. As I understood it, they were going to move out, get their own place, and she was going to move into the parents so that they could be apart from each other.
That's not what I understood.
Okay, well, we both don't understand it then.
Okay. I thought she was saying that they wanted to move out of the parents' house and that she was going to come live with them and help them. And
no,
she didn't like
I understood
being
it because
people.
she wanted to live with the parents and be her own person, and like that was something she wanted to do.
I understood that she didn't want it. That she was mad that
No, I thought Hannah was mad. Hannah didn't want that. Not Hannah wanted it.
Oh, I totally got the other way. Not Hannah's the one in the white shirt.
That doesn't mean anything because there's two interviews with somebody in a white shirt, and they both have different hairstyles. Hannah got pregnant by Simon.
Yes.
Not Hannah was attempting to get pregnant by whoever she could get anybody. To stop her in the park at night with her blonde wig on. So that they could
still be the same person.
But in that, as what she said is, within that time frame, they started having these ideas of like, maybe we don't have to do this anymore.
I understood it as that that Hannah wanted
because
to be
she was talking about Hannah was getting fatter,
right?
And she was saying like I started to like not.
They didn't identify.
Right, she started to kind of be like I was starting to like separate from her because she didn't look like me anymore.
Oh, I see. And I got it as that not Hannah was not happy because she got to have a baby and she was getting her own life and. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I was skinny. I was getting even skinnier. Obviously, she didn't like banging guys in the park to get pregnant.
Oh no.
So, well, obviously she doesn't like that. So clearly, any alternative where she doesn't have to do that anymore would be a positive, wouldn't it? Why would she? Why would she be unhappy at the prospect of no longer getting banged by random guys in the park at night.
I just took it as that she was not happy that she even had to do. She was mad at Hannah for even getting pregnant and making her do that.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, because she was mad that she got knocked up. She had a very irritated tone when she was like, and then she got pregnant, and we were trying to figure out what to do. So I started banging guys in the park.
I think she was annoyed with it, but that allowed them to start pursuing this idea of maybe we don't have to be each other anymore.
I think we need to watch more videos. Should we start with the baby again and we watch what she says about... I just want to find out again where she's talking about like what their plan was.
What did we search to find that out?
I don't know.
Do you remember?
Bruise? Was it when we found Bruise and she's talking about if one got hit and then the other?
So we have the so we do quotes, right, for a phrase?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. No, like I said, I don't know if that works.
Let's just try.
We haven't.
I think.
We did watch this one. Yeah.
So are we backwards here?
It was hard. She didn't like it.
Stayed in the attic where?
At the parents' house.
No. She says we were separated again.
Oh. But the attic, yeah. Then the attic where? Yeah, what attic? See? Yeah, Hannah, who had betrayed us, she was mad at her for that. For getting pregnant. Yeah, not happy.
Did I not search I was getting skinnier?
Yeah. What to do?
So where's the attic?
That's what I mean. I don't know.
So where is she physically? Also, I'm not hearing game audio on the stream, so hang on.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe their place? Like they had a place and Simon moved in with them. So she went into the attic.
Yeah.
And then when she got pregnant, no. Same.
All right, let's try to solve the mystery of where is the game audio.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it in the headphone. Why am I not hearing it in there?
I have no idea. Is it just too quiet on the stream?
It's pretty loud. Gosh. Headphones on headphones on headphones.
Yes.
Yeah, because I had these on when we loaded up the game, and I heard the piano music at the beginning. I heard the audio coming through, so why am I not hearing it on the stream?
I have no idea.
I have 3 pairs of headphones on my head right now.
were 17. Where were they living?
You do me another. Never mind.
What?
Unheadphone myself. Too many. Doing a good job of not
Tangling them.
completely like spaghettiing them together. Okay, hi, mate. Oh, there we go. That's way better. Hi.
Hi.
Let's start over.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Okay. Chords. Things. All right, what the hell is going on in this game?
So they're 17. So where are they?
Wait, are they 7? That's why she's not 17 now.
No, well, they were supposed to be 17 when she got pregnant, when Hannah got pregnant. I have no idea how long it's been since she got pregnant.
Right, and it talks about losing the baby.
Yeah.
Gosh, so many things. Like, it's like we know who got murdered and how, but there's so many, like,
the twist of, like, what happened. Like,
okay, so I want to know more about the attic, and I want to know more about, I kind of want to start 17. Maybe attic.
Destroy attic, yeah. Somebody said to. Oh, snap.
12 entries found, limited to the first 5.
Always the first 5.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back.
Oh.
And Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Why? Why? I want to know.
Because it's weird.
If it's an empty place, then I don't think so.
That's weird, though. Parents were there doing their parental stuff.
I just think... Okay, so they... I guess at 17, they were living in their parents' house, and apparently their parents are gone.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Okay.
So she's talking about... I don't know.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? Could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Oh, I bet they found blonde hairs on it.
Remember she said, she's like, blonde wig. I don't know anything about a blonde wig. They should check the cat flap.
Right.
So they found blonde hairs in the house.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. It was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic.
Wait,
it was
what?
her place.
I'm so confused. I can't.
Yeah, now
the music's playing.
I'm like back to being confused again.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge.
What? This is like...
It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all. passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Okay. So, okay. When is this? Okay, July 3rd. When is the red shirt? When?
June 27th.
Because that's when she starts talking about two people. She's talking about we played.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, like, I thought this was all the confession. This is where stuff starts to get explained or something.
This is the most confusing to me. Yeah.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me.
No, for sure.
They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. It was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
So Hannah hid her up in the attic. She recognized me from the window. I
keep hearing the stream out there.
I'm so confused.
So who's... Alright, let's remember the attic, but indulge me here a second.
Okay. Maybe. Oh, okay.
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
I am so confused. She recognized her from
confused.
Recognized her from the window and hid her.
Oh, it saved me from before. That's fun.
Okay.
I gotta watch this one again.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding.
The parents.
After the wedding,
His
Hannah
parents.
moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again.
Can I pause these?
I stayed in the attic again.
Okay. Here's how I'm reading what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah moved in with his parents.
Yes.
Just Hannah.
Yes.
Not Simon and her.
No, Simon and her. Simon and Hannah moved in with his parents.
But that's not what she says.
Because I think he already lived with his parents. They were 17.
So we were separated again.
Okay.
I stayed in the attic. It was hard.
But she had the baby.
It's like I suddenly
So
didn't
she
exist.
stole
She
Hannah's
either
baby?
stole the baby
I would
or
say
it's
that,
her
but
baby.
in case anyone recognized me as
From
that
Simon.
friend
Did
week.
Simon get both of them pregnant?
maybe he got both of them pregnant. She either well, okay. Oh, Lord, okay.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow.
Not
We weren't
Hannah.
even in the room.
Because she's got the bruise.
And they decided we should get married.
So their parents are alive. Or Hannah's parents. Somebody's.
Yes, I'm fine.
Hannah.
Yeah, that's Hannah.
I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
Okay, so they're both maintaining the illusion that this woman is pregnant.
Not currently, not... Because she talks about losing the baby.
Both our parents had a big powwow.
I want to know how old they are now.
And they decided we should get married.
They were 17 the first time she got pregnant.
Well, yes. You found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant. It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
What?
So why are they showing her a picture of Rapunzel?
Because...
Weird, we just got an achievement for that.
I don't know. Well, she says there was a Rapunzel doll.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Well, she wouldn't bring that up if it weren't true. Glasgow. More about why she went there.
I'm trying not to get too far out of... I still want to stick with this attic.
Rapunzel. More Rapunzel. Yeah, there's something about it. Watch the first one again. Just watch to see
where she's describing the story of Rapunzel.
It's Rapunzel.
Okay, then never mind. Okay.
The story starts.
Like, why do we get into this? It plays through.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
What is going on with her telling this story? 8 seconds.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Pass.
What?
What? What is going on? I really hope eventually we unlock all of them.
I want to know what the hell happened 20 seconds before that clip. And I have no idea what to search to find. Did I pass? Did I pass?
Test.
Right, but she said I messed it all up. Do you need me to do that again? Like.
Then next, do I need to do that card again?
Like the detectives are coaching her on what to say?
I have no idea. None of this.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Okay. What is with fairy tales? Something is with fairy tales, specifically Rapunzel, but...
Well, we only got 5 entries on searching it. Oops. I spelled 17 wrong.
Oh. Okay.
This is the initial interview.
Yeah.
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
Okay. God damn it. Okay, so tell...
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaciers.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm married at 17. Well, we met at 17.
Because you got pregnant at 17.
We were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Oh, more music. Hang on, I'm going to change something that I meant to change before on the stream here.
Okay.
We keep talking.
So she met, got pregnant, and married Simon at 17.
Yes.
I really want to know how long it's been.
Since that all happened.
Yeah. Is she 21 or 27? Like,
right.
Like, is it only a few years, or has this been going on for like 10 years? Like,
there we go.
Like, I want to know. I want to know.
No. I was 15. Carl was older.
Carl?
17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved.
Okay.
Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. Yeah. Stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Search Carl. Who's Carl?
It's one of the boys that he messed with. I want to look up how to... That's me, right? Okay. What else was behind us? Was behind here or anything?
Nothing.
Clock. Did we ever open the clock?
No.
Okay. That's funny. Making sure nothing's going on behind this window.
I know. Look back at
I
that.
want to read this again. Robbery. What if I just typed in robbery? Oh, right here. Use inverted commas. Search for an exact match against the entire statement. Well, I did that. It didn't come up unless I just didn't type it correctly. I'm going to try...
I think that
This would be like a complete statement.
A complete statement that she says, maybe. Oh. Well, we watched it.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back.
I inherited it from my parents.
Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy.
This must have been it's been a while.
Reminded me of being a girl.
This has been like 10 years.
Old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved.
Such parents.
How many we get? 18.
Then my parents died.
So it'd be like my parents or his parents.
It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents.
Oh, so they died like when she was like 17 or 18.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
Okay. So
Okay.
something about
They found someone's fingerprints.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve.
Eve!
So my parents let me off.
Her name's Eve.
my friend Eve.
And
but I guess this is before they...
Before
9 entries found, even with my parents.
Dude. Eve?
That would make sense.
Identical strangers?
My parents died.
1984. It was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer.
Jesus.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave.
I knew it.
So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful.
She killed
Because
him.
of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. The forensic entomologist.
They killed them.
I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Okay.
Search Eve.
I want to make sure we close out certain avenues of conversation here. How many did we get? 8.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
She didn't actually say his parents in that whole thing.
Yeah, she said I called his parents.
Oh. That that was oddly really clinical.
I think that's kind of the point.
So, okay, so her parents died. They moved back into her parents' house at some point.
Right after.
Hannah moved in to Simon's parents' house. So, when
Eve?
No, Hannah moved into Simon's parents' house.
Right, with Simon. And Eve stayed in the parents' house.
But why would she stay in the attic of a house where nobody lived?
Because I think when she's talking about it, at first she says the plan was for them to get their own parents' house.
After the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So
she calls it
was
our
him.
parents' house.
I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
I want to find out at the point where they're identical strangers. Eve. Yeah, let's...
Only 7 entries found, though.
Maybe she just never says her name.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
So is that Eve pretending to be Hannah talking about it?
No, this is Eve, because not Hannah usually has her hair back.
You mean Eve?
Yes.
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 We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
Oh my god.
There was no one else around.
It's called attempted murder.
It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, that's called attempted murder.
Why does she call... Eve calls them our parents, but they're not sisters. Like, I'm so confused. So that's Eve.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Oh my god, this is where she breaks. She's fucking crazy.
Poor son.
Oh, she was alone. She was alone in the room.
Yeah. That's where she... Shit. So that's Eve.
My mother called me Eve.
I want to know why your mom just called you Eve. Like...
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
Why? How did this happen? Like, how? Where? Why did you have to hide from her parents? Where are your parents? Where are your real parents? Like, what on earth? Look, why did she hide her in the attic? Did we search dollhouse? Like, there's...
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
Well, Eve either killed Hannah, or even Hannah, or one person. And she's straight up crazy.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code.
That's what she was tapping.
Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
She's one person.
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
She's one person. She's crazy. It's one person.
Because she said other person in one video.
Oh.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Okay, who is Florence?
Somebody whose diary she found. So I'm gonna search.
As a kid.
I'm gonna search this.
Her stories that
11:33. Okay, so this one.
her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror.
Mirror.
Just like the one he'd given her earlier.
Scrying mirror.
That unique present.
That both of you.
She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open.
Oh.
She said throat.
She'd only meant to scare him off.
So pretending to be her.
So, what's up with this mirror? Scrying mirror.
Well, what? I don't remember her talking about a mirror here.
Just look into it.
My name is Hannah. H-A-N-N-A-H.
Oh, it's palindrome, like
It's
a
a
mirror.
palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea.
Okay.
Depends on how you write it.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
Oh.
Simon does the more special work.
So
Mirror
he
making,
made
feature
like
windows,
a
artistic.
like a special mirror.
Yeah, okay.
And gave it
He
to
wasn't
Hannah.
present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass.
Sorry, hang on. This is Eve. This is Hannah. This is actually Hannah. This is actually Eve. Like, where I'm confirming it. She
Why?
has a bruise on her face because he hit her.
He hit Hannah when
She just said he hit her when he gave her the mirror. She flipped out.
Yeah.
He hit her, and so she retaliated by slashing at him with the mirror piece and cut his throat. That bruise is not from Hannah hitting her. That bruise is from Simon hitting her. Remember, she said the bruise. Oh, my sister. You know, it's a dumb tit for tat kind of thing or whatever.
Well, they were
And we went
pretending
down
to be
that.
each other. They had to mirror bruises on each other.
But they didn't.
Not in this
They
case.
cleared up 2 days later.
Right, not in this case, but
When she said
she's
high metabolism, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm saying the bruise. I thought the bruise is from her sister hitting her.
Oh yeah, no.
The fight she was talking about was with
Wait.
Simon. Simon hit her in the face.
You're right. So that first one is Eve.
No, this is Hannah.
No, because Hannah was pretending to be Eve
Yes.
to trick
Yes.
him.
Yes.
So that's Eve.
Yes. That's Eve, who enjoyed being Hannah, and when asked, gives the name Hannah. This
Well,
is actually Hannah.
Well, I think it was one of those things where
He was pretending to be
they were
Eve.
both pretending to be Hannah for a long time, but then when she
Well, that's what I'm trying to feel like. There's Hannah and there's Eve, and neither one of them actually knows who the fuck the other is. There's the character of Hannah and the character of Eve, like the characters they made up in the dollhouse.
Right.
And so remember she was saying like, oh,
They
it's
get to-
Hannah
they
just
just- yeah.
like when there's noise upstairs, it's like, oh, it's Hannah playing Loudly Mommy, and they're both Eve at that point.
But Eve was
and then
a
with
secret. Eve, Hannah.
But it's not a secret. Her mother called her Eve. She said that.
But which mom? The mom, Hannah's mom?
I'm still assuming that these two girls are related and had the same parents.
No, because she said she recognized me from the window and hid me up in the attic because nobody went in the attic. It was Hannah's place.
But we don't know when that happened.
Kids, when they were kids.
So Eve is mystery person come from somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, why on earth did she hide her in her attic? Why would she do that? Like,
But since he recognized her, from where?
I don't know. That's what I mean.
All right, we need to finish watching this one.
Yeah.
He wasn't present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me. The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe.
Oh, snap.
Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
So that's... Eve. Because Eve's like, I don't know what happened to the mirror. Like, I'm sure she found out later after they've talked.
I feel like we need to refer to these people as wife and not wife. Like wife and singer. So this is...
That's Eve.
Well, it's the wife.
No.
It's the wife because he gives the same mirror twice, and that's why she flips out. Because he gave his wife a nice mirror, and then he gave the hot singer chick another mirror.
Right.
And the wife, acting as the hot singer chick, flipped out.
Right, but I think at this point, Eve, the singer, doesn't know that the mirror was what was used to... Like, I'm maybe assuming that the detectives found a work order for the mirror and is like... I don't, or talk to Eric.
Are there two mirrors, or is it the same one that he re-gifted?
I'm sure he made two.
I can't tell from the way she's like that unique gift, as though it's one thing that he gave to two women, or that the whole, like, he made something very unique.
Twice. For two. I think he made it twice. How could he possibly, like, here is this?
And this is hard to know because it's like, there's obviously a change between
I want to hear
the June interviews and the very
July
3rd interview.
I put it somewhere
I want to hear the detective.
Like, you don't know if she's lying at this point. Like, she could know exactly what the mirror is and where it is.
That's true.
And she's just lying her ass off.
That's true. I want to hear the questions. I wish we could hear the detectives.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Aha.
That got weirdly dark.
Yeah.
For a second.
So they have a piece of the mirror.
Yeah.
I want to hear what questions are being asked sometimes, because I'm like, what?
Okay.
Gift? How about just gift?
I know, but I want to... When we searched mirror, it gave us 11. I want to know what we didn't see.
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
I think in the final interview, one of them is dead. Search Florence. I want to know what... Yeah. Wow, okay. That's interesting.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help.
Oh.
I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't.
Oh.
She wrote all this stuff in a diary.
Oh. So she
Amazing what
stole
people
her.
will admit to on paper.
The midwife stole her.
It's weird when it dims like that.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Okay.
Across the street?
Yeah, that's why.
Did they move immediately afterwards?
Right.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me
That's
outside.
why she was obsessed
It
with
wasn't odd for people to see a
Rapunzel. I
midwife with
knew
a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road.
My twin.
I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
That's...
Why does this keep dimming like this?
I don't know. Maybe we're getting close. Like, we've kind of figured out the juxt of it.
No. It was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Okay.
The man you were in love with was murdered. That's what happened last week.
Yeah. Like, what?
Like, that's why that comment's so shitty.
Yeah, it's like, are you serious? You
the
murdered...
The man you were in love with had his throat slashed last week.
By your sister.
By one of you. I'm not sure which at this point, honestly. I can't tell you apart anymore. Okay.
So, are we to assume...
Okay, it's getting late. I think we should stop it here, but we have... Okay, so we know there are two girls.
Yes.
For sure certain. This isn't a Fight Club thing.
No, I know.
So, Eve is Florence's daughter.
Raised by Florence.
Adopted. Adopted's not the right word.
Stolen?
Stolen?
Raised by Florence.
A woman had two children. One of them was thought to be dead. Well, said was dead by the midwife. Midwife took one of the babies, named her Eve. The other girl was named Hannah. At some point, Hannah saw Eve.
And just knew.
And recognized her. Hid her in the attic.
Instead of saying something. Like, hey, look, I found my twin. Isn't that weird?
But... I gotta watch that clip again.
Which one?
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice.
Okay, she's saying Mum and Dad because they are biological.
Hannah was eating a lot. They didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight.
Right, because you're both eating.
A healthy appetite.
Because you're both eating.
If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games.
Because it's the same voice.
And that Eve was our imaginary friend.
Because it's actually you.
Yeah.
Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear. She went mad. Get dressed this instant. So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
Okay, then what happened to Florence? When did she die? Or when did she die in the picture?
Maybe she didn't. Maybe she just pieced the F out from her place after she saw
Across the street?
Well, she hid her in the attic. Like... She never went outside.
So Florence never reported a missing child?
Maybe she was too afraid that if she did that, somebody would figure out it wasn't her kid.
Wow.
Still, either we're missing a lot or that doesn't mean anything. I'm just glad we figured out that they are two people.
Okay. Hannah. So at some point, Eve decided to stop being Eve, and they both, either willingly or subconsciously or whatever, basically decided to both start being one person.
Yes.
Hannah. That's why Eve is saying, why are you talking about Eve? Because to Eve doesn't exist anymore. They're both Hannah. There's one idea of a person named Hannah, whatever her name is. Hannah
Smith. Simon, yeah.
Hannah. But it is two people playing that role.
But then there's the singer Eve.
Because that's when she goes out. But I mean, as far as David is concerned, Simon is concerned.
Yeah. Yes, there's two people playing.
Well, as far as Simon is concerned, there's Hannah.
Right.
Hannah is sometimes actually Hannah. Hannah is sometimes Eve.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah. Until she got.
Or for 10 years they carried on the charade of Eve living in the attic.
Yeah. I don't think so. Who does that? That would make somebody insane. And the insane person would have been Eve, but...
Did they say how did her parents die?
They didn't. They haven't said how their parents died.
I think I already searched parents' death.
Heat. It was a heat death. Heat stroke or something.
Which one was it?
One of the last two, I think. No. Just watch one of them.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino.
That's not it.
It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
That's a weird little thing.
Like she tells them.
That the cat flap comes up more than once.
Mm-hmm.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer.
So his parents are Doug and Eleanor.
Yeah.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just.
Oh.
I don't think they.
Because of the circumstances, them dying together
I don't think
like
they died
that.
from heat. She's just saying when they found it was awful because it's
forensic
hot,
entomologist.
dead body.
Yeah. I had to look that up. Yeah. It was because of the heat. It's just.
Wait, what?
I don't know if she's saying.
I had to look that up.
Forensic entomologist.
It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
That's what I'm saying. I thought she was saying it was because of the heat that they died. But I don't know how that makes any sense.
She says they died because of the heat?
I guess. That or she's saying it was so that they died together. I think they killed their parents, but I don't know why. Because she says they died together. And I can't tell if she's saying that it was so awful because of the heat, as in like the heat made their bodies decompose more, and so it was like really disgusting, as opposed to just finding two bodies. It was like worse. Eleanor. Doug and Eleanor. Oh.
6 entries.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
So that's Hannah. Are we supposed to assume that the only time we actually see Hannah in here is when she has the bruise?
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that. Okay, parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer.
She doesn't talk about Eleanor.
I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left.
She's told us twice. She did this in the other interview.
I walked
she did this on the
Sam's
July
coat
1st
wasn't on the peg.
Interview.
You're right.
I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack.
That's why she does it so like.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea.
They probably asked her, please tell us again what happened. And so she's like,
touched the kettle, it was cold.
There, you happy?
I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there.
It's identical word for word.
I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor.
Oh, okay.
And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Weird.
Not this clip, this interview is where she did it again.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
That was weird.
Huh.
Why did we need to see that?
Maybe she actually did it. Maybe the actress actually did it.
Oh, and they just left it in because they thought it was funny.
Because it's a thing that would naturally happen.
Could happen.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's hilarious. And
I'm just gonna search, see if she yells about the coffee.
Oh.
Weird.
Okay.
I mean, with the word coffee.
I mean, yeah.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
No thank you, Turkish. 2 minutes, Turkish. Is this where she ordered? Is this where like every other clip is her having a different kind of coffee?
That'd be hilarious.
Yes. I got to Glasgow. I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry.
Okay.
Tried calling someone from the payphone and then headed back.
I want to know why she goes to Glasgow. Like, what is that what is that conversation? We should search Glasgow next.
About 8 years back.
Glasgow.
It was a present to myself.
Oh, the tattoo.
I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up.
Why?
I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Oh, because she's pregnant?
Yeah.
Is that what she's trying to do?
Yeah.
So she didn't have a baby in the car. She's pregnant. When she was talking about it, she's like, I was worried about the baby. I thought she was saying there was a baby in the car. Like, I assumed I was like, wait, there's a baby in the car? Like, when the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, no, you're right. That makes
she's pregnant.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
I thought it was going to be like, black coffee?
Right.
Coffee with creamer, please.
Well, I thought it was going to be
2 sugars.
2 different kinds.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Have we seen that interview?
No.
July 2nd?
No.
I don't feel like we've
Not
seen
that we haven't seen that
yet.
shirt. Nah, that's for sure.
So, coffee.
Black coffee.
Black coffee, story about drinking coffee, but concern for the baby. Concerned about drinking coffee with the baby. I've had enough coffee, thank you. Coffee.
Cream and sugar.
It was only this one.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar.
No sugar.
Sweet enough as it is.
Right, but here's cream and sugar.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
But I think that's the same person, but maybe not. But I don't know. Okay, yeah, I want to know this interview now. Oh, okay.
10 entries.
So I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste.
Diane. Yeah. Eric and Diane.
Okay.
That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Ah.
She put it on him.
Right.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Anybody see you?
That's what she talks about when she's like, we had a plan, we had an alibi, because one of them took care of the body, the other one immediately got in the car and drove up to Glasgow. That's when she says that. What was she talking about on the July 2nd?
Coffee.
Damn. I was like, where can we go with that? Because there's obviously a lot. The day before all the final interview one.
Yeah.
That's moved, right?
It has moved, you're right.
Wonder what that means. Still one volume missing though.
It has moved.
Okay. I don't know. Because I feel like we're still missing something. There's still something we're missing. I'm not sure what, though. Not really. I feel like we kind of have the whole picture.
I don't know. I can't. Gosh.
Have we searched Eric? Have we searched his
I was just
boss?
thinking that too. I don't remember if we ever searched. You know, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Apparently we did at some point. I think we did pretty early.
Yeah, we did.
We did. 14 entries though.
Yeah, but you can only see the first 5.
I know. There's potentially clips we haven't seen.
Oh, okay, here.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. But that would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have. Have you achievement unlocked? Have you ever eaten fennel?
That's weird. That's a weird achievement.
I'm just curious.
I know.
So you don't have no idea.
No idea.
You have no idea what's going to come up. Oh God, I was going to search one more thing and then we got to wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
Diane.
Again with the singing.
Again with the singing. All right, we'll end on a song.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Okay. I'm guessing Eric and Diane are an older couple then.
Yeah.
Older than them.
Yeah.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. They get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
All right. I guess we should ask Diane.
I don't know. know.
I don't know either, but it's after 10. We gotta wrap it up.
Okay.
We found out a lot of interesting things.
I think
I don't feel necessarily...
I feel like we're missing something, but I don't know what.
Well, I mean, if this is what I think it is, and this is a representation of... I don't know why this keeps jumping, unless this is indicative of the last clip we watched.
Oh.
So, like, if this is early, and this is the end, this is the July 1st. This was on July 1st.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing maybe that's just indicative of the last... So, let me try something. Let's play this. Let's just play this.
Eric was like an uncle to him.
Okay, close that. Close that. Open this. Yeah, okay, so it jumps around.
Okay.
I think this is just what volume you're in terms of what you've watched.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god, what was I gonna tell you to search? One more thing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Did we ever search blonde wig?
Wig, but I don't know about blonde.
Did we search blonde? We never searched blonde wig, did we?
No. Do it. Or not.
Okay, we got that. So I guess it was just the 3 mentions.
Oh.
More singing? No, it's another song.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player.
So they just like made her like
Probably needs to
play
tune.
songs in this interview.
I don't know why they would do that. Which she doesn't mention.
Traditional ballad. Should be right up your street.
What?
I don't know.
Who are these detectives?
I know.
Who's on the other side of this table?
There were 2 sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain.
I wanted to search the window.
Eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
What?
See, they both had a love for the captain's son.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the wind and the rain. But he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind.
Huh, interesting.
Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain. With a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Why would you pick this song?
So she
Like, you're literally telling a, like, similar
Why
story
are you
here.
giving up the plot
Yeah.
of this song?
Be a song.
watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful
Yeah, because I'm going to assume
wind and rain.
Hannah's dead.
But she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swans. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
What was it called? Coco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place.
And then it gets really weird. Then I start talking about finger bones and violins, or
Uh,
then it gets weird. It wasn't weird before. What?
I feel like I hear background. No, I was gonna have you search the code.
What's it called? Knock?
Knock code.
I'm gonna search knock for now because I don't remember what the heck it was called. And it's just that one.
Darn. Just that.
So it's just the 2 songs.
Because I feel like something's wrong. Because when she has when she has her head down and she's like, "Why are you talking about Eve?" and she starts tapping. Like,
so she's tapping on a message, but
to who?
That's what I know.
That's why I'm like, I still not so sure that this is 2 people. Still not so sure.
Maybe not, because that whole thing about Florence could have been completely fabricated. Really? I feel like they were lying when it comes at some point. Really?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm still not so sure. That, when she puts her head down, is way too, like, crazy person
How
moment.
many matches was Eve?
7. We only see 5. And that's the one.
Yeah, did we ever search something past that?
What do you mean?
Eve, friend Eve, and then one of these we hadn't seen. There's still one clip with the name with the word Eve in it we haven't seen.
Eve, sister Eve. Okay.
Oh God, I don't know. I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
The mirror.
Yes, this is it. He made it himself. It's a special one-off. He made it and decorated it. That's his thing. Where did you find it?
Oh. Where did you find it?
Where did you
find it? Because one of them is broken.
8 seconds.
This is a nice of them.
Oh.
This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them.
Wow.
Where did you find this?
Find mirror.
See, that's what's hard. So you search something like where, and it comes up with 7. So there's 2 we haven't seen that pertain to where.
Find mirror. Find. I'm really interested in where they found this intact mirror. Basement.
Where did they put his body? Didn't they put his body in the basement?
Or cellar. Did they call it the cellar? Yeah, they call it the cellar.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to
Right, and then she thinks.
There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and it was in the wrong place.
Right, okay, so cellar.
Oh no, we did watch that one.
We did watch that one.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently.
That's...
The baby was what mattered.
Okay.
We'd help each other. We cleaned up.
Who's actually
we
pregnant?
The broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone.
Okay.
No. The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that.
She thought they were baby stuff before.
Don't go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need.
Like your dead husband.
Dad used to grow mushrooms there.
Yeah, he did. Word. Oh, not those.
The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape. I think it was ours.
Yeah, you think all these things because you did all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So...
I'm still not convinced that this is two people.
Well, we're not gonna find out tonight. We have to stop.
We do.
We have to stop. This has to end at some point. All right. So that's part 2 of their story, her story.
Creepy story. Creepy story. Just gonna leave it at that.
Something is.
We're missing some creepy ass thing where she talks to her, Hannah, and we're missing one video where she talks to herself.
I can't go to bed.
Funny.
Oh my god, how excited would you be if that returned? How excited would you be if this returned anyway?
Oh my god, very. Yeah.
You know what we...
Oh!
You know what we don't know is...
What?
Whether or not she was ever tried and arrested for this. We have no idea what happened to this woman after these tapes.
No.
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Okay.
You're under arrest for criminal speed.
Now, again, we get only... we have 14 seconds, though.
She get tested.
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
What are you being accused of?
What happened between the 1st and the 2nd of July?
Yeah.
Yes. No lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for?
It's 4 seconds.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
That's exactly.
No, you cannot.
No. That tells me right there, that Eve and Hannah are one person.
Alright. Can you arrest someone that doesn't exist? Lost. Okay, that's how we have to end it.
I know.
That's it. Boom. Stream's over. Done. Cut to black. You're not even seeing this. Boom. Can't arrest someone that doesn't exist. No, you cannot.
No, you cannot.
What the hell is going on?
We're gonna...
Holy fuck, I don't know.
Grab in... we'll scrounge for the
I know something else is supposed to happen in this game, and I don't know how to make it happen, so
I'm sure we unlock something, right?
Something else is supposed to come up on this desktop at some point. And
we have to find the video.
Yet, so
we have to find the right video.
I think we just have to watch enough of this. And I couldn't tell you how much. So we've
watched the last video.
We've watched the last thing.
And this is the second to last video.
We haven't been paying attention to the times. We haven't been paying attention.
Now I want to know what that last video is. What is the last thing she says?
I don't know. We haven't paid attention to it.
I feel like we've completely screwed this up.
I don't know how you
don't.
How do you do this any other way?
Know.
I mean, it's literally whatever we put in here.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I still, again.
Yeah, it's something's still not.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
One of them, this is either one person. Or someone else is dead.
Her saying that makes me think.
Yeah.
That Eve is the person who was born into this world. If this is one person, Eve is the person who was born.
Okay.
Eve is the name that the child was given when she was birthed into this world.
Okay.
And at some point,
Hannah showed up. But why?
Childhood trauma. Like, maybe the first thing we should search next time is childhood.
Yeah.
Or abuse. Or trauma.
Yeah. Well, because go look at the
history.
The history. No. Sorry, the database checker. I'm trying to see if we've missed a big section somewhere.
Some pretty big chunks in here.
Yeah, like that middle one right there.
So, what would be interesting to find out is... oh, there it is.
What?
This chit-chat.
Oh.
You done? No, I can't. Okay.
Buzz when you're ready. Oh. Okay, I don't think we can stop.
Now?
Well...
we have to go to bed. We have to go to bed.
Okay.
I want to know when this is. Okay.
Wait, when was it? I missed it.
Well, I want to watch it. Okay, she backs away. I'm just, But the bruise. It actually, I mean, so
makeup.
It's not. So is the bruise? She didn't put makeup over the bruise. The bruise is makeup.
Maybe. She's talking to herself.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's almost like in the middle.
Yeah.
So there's a huge chunk after that. There's a fair bit before and after the thing, especially leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like most of like probably what's here. Well, I don't know. We don't have time. I just want to know where that July 2nd interview is.
I know.
It's probably very short.
Yes.
It seems like she gets fed up very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. She breaks at some point, and I feel like we haven't. Like, this is the very beginning of her breaking.
Yeah.
The very first instance of it, and it's probably because they saw this and went, "Wait, what?"
Sure.
Watch these three. They're short.
We have to go to bed. Okay. This is over. We're done. Good night. We'll figure out what the hell is going on at a later time. It seems like we have kind of a long way to go.
Maybe not.
Very tired. My brain is full of mush and the wind and the rain.
And the wind and the rain.
Okay.
The dreadful wind and rain.
The dreadful wind and rain.
Night.
We're logging off.